Hi all, this is Stephanie with Energy Aligns, and this is my Thursday Tarot Insight. Welcome. Every Thursday I pick one Tarot card to highlight and harness the energy of the collective. And then I talk about how we can bring that energy down and into our daily individual lives. So let's get right into it because we pulled a powerful card this time. It is the Hanged Man, and it is number 12 in the deck. And so we've pulled a lot of the suit cards in my Tarot Insights that have harnessed the energy of the collective, and the suit cards are really about the elements and certain lessons and learnings that we're going through in cycles. And of course these major arcanas 1 through 21 are going through cycles as well, but when we pull cards from the major arcana, they're kind of like the big cards, the big picture, definitely stronger energies and not such in the day-to-day, if you want to look at it in that way. Big cycles that we're going through inside the card versus the cycle of the numbers in the minor arcana. So the Hanged Man, just looking at this card, I want you to just get the information that you get by looking at the image of this card for a second. And then the last Tarot Insight last week, which kind of feels like a lifetime ago for me, I don't know about you. And the last week I talked about chrysalis energy and the idea of a chrysalis. It's been showing up a lot for me. And this card, typically whenever I pull it, and definitely right now for the collective, that's what it is looking like, a chrysalis, a place of deep transformation and metamorphosis, right? A chrysalis for a butterfly is exactly that. Going in and not only having transformation, but a complete metamorphosis. And the only way that can happen is by enclosing the self to all the outside elements and kind of coming down and in and just literally turning into goo is what happens to a caterpillar as they transform into a butterfly. And so the question that came up when this card was pulled is, are we allowing for this? Are we allowing for deep metamorphosis and transformation? Or are we fighting against? And what I mean when I say fighting against is not like, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to change. But oftentimes when we are faced with the unknown, which is now, right? Look around. We are faced with a lot of unknowns and a lot of uncertainty. And a lot of times what happens when we're faced with that as a collective or an individual is we automatically, out of survival for us and out of trying to feel safe, is we cling to what was, cling to the known, cling to our old ways, old thoughts, old ways of being. And so this card's asking, are we allowing or are we fighting against? And I'll tell you, we are in the metamorphosis whether we like it or not as a collective. And so there's a lot of energy that is still clinging to the old ways. And that's natural and normal. But having the awareness around where we are as a collective is super, super important, because we're going to go through this process whether we like it or not in life, in our lifetimes, in our collective lifetimes. So having awareness of where is our attention? Where are we here? And yeah, we all look around. We see that these are powerful times at end, but are we getting caught up in trying so hard to see, to figure out where we are, to see what's coming, that we're fighting against? And you know, when we try so hard to see, like, you know, in the fog or in the haziness, we're missing the opportunity to surrender to the darkness. And darkness meaning not bad and good, not light and dark in that way, but darkness meaning the lack of light. And there has to be this phase. There has to be a lack of light. You know, we go through cycles, right? When we go to sleep, there's a lack of light. The day turns to night, there's a lack of light. And it's the lack of light that is the darkness. And things happen here. And honoring that and surrendering to it as its own time. not just our waking time, not just our going forward and doing and thinking and trying and figuring time. So darkness is also the sleep, the absence of light, the not knowing, the rest, the meditation, the closing eyes and going within. You know, this darkness, this metamorphosis, this time of cocooning in the chrysalis is our power right now. And we could turn towards it and fully come into that power, or we can turn against it and resist it. And it's not good or bad, it's just acknowledging where we are as a collective here. And really acknowledging that this is our power. You know, I will say this here. It takes great courage in these moments, because so much out there is demanding our attention. It's demanding us to look. It's demanding us to feel something. It's demanding us to be mad. It's demanding us to be sad. It's demanding us. It's demanding our attention. Everything out there right now. And you know, when I pull a card like this in these times, what it really shows us is that, you know, to turn within, to go into that darkness, to actually acknowledge that there's another way, there's a pause in all of this, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a courage on the collective level and on the individual level. And in the word of surrender, surrender doesn't mean to just allow anything to happen, to surrender to a power over us. What it really means is we're surrendering to the fact that there are greater things going on. There's greater movement, there's greater energy for us as a collective. And tuning into that, you don't have to know what it is, and you don't exactly have to know how it's going to turn out. Nobody knows the answer to that. And that's kind of like a newsflash. Nobody knows. All you can do is tune into the fact that nobody does know, and how this is an incredible journey, and not knowing is an incredible part of it, and it's even a powerful part of it. And when we can kind of look at that, embrace it, and tune into it a little bit by getting quiet and going within, we are tapping into something that is deeper and possibly more meaningful, filled with more intention, filled with more integrity here, okay? The lives we want to live, right, is a life of integrity. And I believe in the collective right now, believe in the collective need for this integrity, okay? And this is what is being asked in this card. Like, let's get quiet. And it doesn't mean to sit on a mountaintop in meditation or shut down all your senses to what's going on, but it does mean to honor that there is something else going on. There is an internal metamorphosis. There is an internal transformation that's very deep within each individual and within the collective. And when we talk about that within the collective, it's energy. It's a huge energy of evolution of us as a species, as a people, as an earth, as a universe, however big you want to bring it. It's happening. And yay for this card. So how do we bring it down into our individual lives? You know, here we are. Can you see yourself as this hanged person, hanged being? Can you see yourself as being transformed from the inside out? Can you touch in and sense and kind of contemplate and look at your life and see where deep transformation's happening? It's happening, and it might be happening in how you think about things. It might be happening how you feel. It might be moving out an old way of being into a new way of being. Maybe you just have the desire to move from an old way of being and you're wanting something new and you don't know what it is yet. These are all questions to ask. And I'll say it again, as I say in every Tarot Insight and all my videos, and the main tenet of the work is dropping in and getting quiet. Because the key to this kind of tuning in and attunement is to really pause. And it could be a 5-minute quieting where you close your eyes, and it could be a 30-minute meditation. something during your day where you're checking in with your internal self in a different way than just getting up in the morning and going. And it doesn't have to be this big to do. It can be small, but finding it and finding it with ease in your life. So it could be just pausing, getting quiet, taking a break, checking in deeply with yourself, going to bed early, writing down your dreams, sitting by the water, any form of water, flowing water of some kind. So the energy of this card and the possibilities is, when we surrender to this darkness, is really beautiful. And can we tune into that? And like I've said in a couple tarot insights in the past, like, we're really moving into that for the end of the year. For myself, I'm paying way more attention to this kind of energy, not ignoring everything else, but I am tuning into more of this, and I am interested in how it's going to transform myself and my life. And I would encourage you, you can jump on and find a 5-minute meditation anywhere on the internet. I have them on my website for free. And then also I'm running a special until the end of the year where I am giving energetic, intuitive readings on a sliding scale. So I'm offering this up as a service and as a way to tune into this energy. So please message me, reach out if that's a way that sounds good for you to tune into this, because it definitely, energetic work is how we can tune into it. All right, all. I am, of course, wishing you deep love and awareness, and taking good care of yourselves, and really finding ways to care for yourself so that we can move through this really huge transition out of the 2024 into the new year and beyond. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Take care.